All right, I'm just getting set up here. This is Chris Lukasevich. This is the meeting, the virtual meeting after the meeting. And the purpose of this meeting is really to discuss the agenda from today's commissioner meeting and any other issues of relevance that you may want to discuss in regards to county business. I'll be up on the air live for about 30 minutes. You can always feel free to call at 570-503-6780. Likewise, you can email c.lukasevich at carboncounty.net. And again, in a couple minutes, I'm going to start talking about some of the agenda items from today's commissioners meeting. Just to provide an overview for those of you who didn't have an opportunity necessarily to tune in. It was a short meeting, only lasted about 15 or 20 minutes. It did include an election board meeting, but nothing really going on in regards to election board right now. All right. It's interesting, again, Facebook interface has changed a little bit here over the past month or so. So I'm working off the computer, but I do have the iPad set up so that if comments do come across. And again, in the next couple minutes, I'm going to start talking about today's agenda, some of the issues that were brought forth, or motions that were brought forth in today's commissioners meeting. I'm more than happy to answer any question. Obviously, the chat function could be utilized. Likewise, 570-503-6780. I'll go ahead and type that phone number in here. I have to remember what I learned from Curious George on PBS is the worst thing that can occur on radio, and likewise on Facebook live streaming, is dead air. So that means you got to keep talking. There it is, 570-503-6780 if you'd want to call to discuss any issue, any concern that you may have. If you want to discuss a particular item, be it Monk Chunk Lake Park, be it the parking kiosks that are going in, I'm available to answer those issues, concerns. There we go. Finally got it on the big screen here on the computer. All right. All right. So I'm kind of in my relax mode right now. You are watching a live video. I want to thank those who are first coming in here. So a pretty quick commissioners meeting today. I can see I have a bit of a delay. It takes about 3 or 4 seconds delay from when I come on. So let's talk about some of the items that came up today. Well, if you recall from last week, the county made the decision to begin investing some of our funds into the Pennsylvania Local Government Investment Trust, or PLIGIT. And today we actually moved a notable amount of money. It looks like in excess of, or nearly about 12 million, just under $12 million. It was previously earning, I think, around 0.25, 0.26 interest. We've gotten that to nearly a double. A lot of liquidity, so if that money is needed, it can be pulled out without any penalty or loss. So that was a big initiative in consultation with the controller, the treasurer, and the 3 commissioners. Again, we don't want money sitting idly around. Want to maximize the interest that we can get. All right, correspondence. I noted there was On correspondence that was received this month, it says numerous emails received from individuals regarding swimming at Mock Chunk Lake Park. And the fact is, we probably had about, I saw at least 25 emails in regards to Mock Chunk Lake Park that I responded to. Some very good, detailed, and specific ones on what individuals thought about the current restrictions at Mock Chunk Lake Park. Those current restrictions specifically are to the swimming area. That is, the swimming area is restricted to Carbon County residents, season pass holders, or those who are camping at Mock Chunk Lake Park. Today's resolution on the agenda was to continue that through the 16th of July, which is through the close of business primarily next Thursday. So why push it more or less 1 week? Well, the Parks and Recreation Commission, I refer to it as an advisory board because that's the role it plays to the commissioners, will be meeting tomorrow at 10 o'clock at Mock Chunk Lake Park. That 5-member advisory board has been asked to make a recommendation in regards to the way ahead. Should we keep the restrictions in place? Should we open it up? In due consideration of COVID-19 and some of the protocols that have to be in place to help protect the safety, health, and welfare of individuals who will be at the beach and at the park. Always, of course, having to look at the revenue side, what any restrictions or limitations on capacity or who comes in, be it county, non-county residents, how that might impact the revenue and our ability to maintain and operate the park, because we still have to pay the bills. Of the 25 or so emails, every single one of them has requested continuing the current policy through the remainder of the season. So I think that's going to carry a lot of weight in our ultimate decision that we'll make next Thursday, or at least vote on the proposition next Thursday to kind of maintain the restricted nature of access throughout the remainder of the swimming season. Again, that'll be for county residents, season pass holders, and you can still buy a season pass, plus those who have reserved or are camping at Mock Chunk Lake Park. We're going to continue to keep the beach capacity at about 600 on the beach. Last weekend, we were really in about, the 300 range on the couple days. I was out there twice to see how things were going, both on the 4th of July and the day after. It seemed like everyone was having a real good experience out there at Mock Chunk Lake Park, taking the opportunity to enjoy the nice weather, the relaxed atmosphere that seems to epitomize or represent what I've been seeing on Mock Chunk Lake Park. Hey Greg, good to see you tuning in. I seen Christine is also tuning in. I saw iMessage also popped up there. And again, Chris Lukasevich, Carbon County Commissioner. This is the meeting after the meeting, and I'm just kind of walking through some of the items that were on today's agenda, discussing those, providing some insight into maybe some of the conversations that took place to get us to decisions. Unanimous, all our decisions here this week. Again, that was the Pliget, that's the investment of that $12 million or more, ballpark $12 million in the local government investment fund. It's going to double our return rate. Talked about the numerous emails received. Also phone calls. I think I responded to about 10 phone calls also on Mock Chunk Lake Park. I think a really so let's jump away from Mock Chunk Lake Park. Again, last reminder on that, tomorrow, 10 a.m., Mock Chunk Lake Park, the headquarters building there is the Parks and Recreation Commission. I refer to it as the advisory board for its role. Will be meeting. They'll be providing input to the commissioners in regards to the way ahead when it comes to restricted access or not for the remainder of the swimming season. Numerous emails. I want to thank Mr. Wargo, who really did a lot of detailed writing and analysis in regards to Mock Chunk Lake Park and his perspective and his family's perspective, and how I thought he made a good point that we undervalue it. The admission fee right now for county residents, $3 for adults, $2 for children. Is that right? I mean, it's literally, I can't say it's next to nothing because, I mean, it is money, but nonetheless, the entry fees are minimal. Now, I want to ensure that for every $3, for every $2 you pay, you're getting a quality experience. And I want very grateful to the county residents who said, you know, understanding that revenue plays a decision in the way ahead, that they'd be willing to accept an increase if it was absolutely necessary to maintain the quality of the opportunity at Mock Chunk Lake Park. Also on the agenda was ratifying the appointments of the representatives of the committees formed for the COVID-19 block grant. So this is posted on the county Facebook page and also my personal C4 page. You can see the organizational structure. It's really 4 committees of public or private citizens, plus a 5th one. It's kind of a catch-all category that are really the commissioners and the chief clerk. So the application, the COVID-19 relief Carbon County Block Grant Program, we are currently working out the details of the process and the requirements for the application. We're well along in that, and we have a tentative date of mid-July, being about 15 July, to have those applications available online at carboncounty.com. So the structure is these 5 committees. You have a committee that's for small business, that's businesses under 100, and what's referred to as business advocacy entities. So those entities, 50 organizations that support or provide support to small business and businesses. A second committee is municipalities focused. We have a third committee, which is for the nonprofits, the 501c3s, and the 19s being primarily the veteran service organizations, if I recall correctly. We have a tourism committee, and then a catch-all, which will cover looking at county government, broadband, behavioral health, and miscellaneous that applications or applicants that don't fit into any other category. So again, that organizational structure available on Facebook, and it's also available at carboncounty.com. If you go down to the left side, you'll see an emblem there. Secondly, while this wasn't discussed in the actual meeting in any detail, what's available at carboncounty.com, Carbon County Commissioner's Facebook page, and the C4 Commissioner Facebook page is the application process and a tentative timeline. We're looking good for making our first notable benchmark, and that's 15 July to have the applications available online. So you can go ahead and check out the organizational structure and the application workflow process at carboncounty.com. And also, I believe we also have up there the DCED guidance, kind of the broad guidance in how those funds can be utilized or what the reimbursement will cover. We do have a lot of discretion though within those guidelines, so it's going to be a really good experience. I think a good opportunity to be compensated to get some of our tax dollars back here into Carbon County. So I'm Chris Lukasevich, Carbon County Commissioner. This is the meeting after the meeting. I want to thank you for joining me this morning for a few minutes, no more than 30 minutes. Make myself available. You can call at 570-503-6780. Call me anytime. You could also email me. Let me put that in the comments if you don't already have it. But it's clucasevich@carboncounty.net. Can reach out to me. You can always call through the office, 570-325-3611. But if you want to come direct, 570-503-6780. So we were talking about the COVID-19 county block grant. The committee selected the application process. That's moving ahead. Let's see what else of note. Okay. We extended the lease of the train station to Mock Trunk Trust Company for 5 years at the railroad station. And finally, we ratified a resolution to extend Mock Trunk Lake Park through the 16th, restricted access until we can make a decision that's going to get us through the remainder of the summer season. Did have some swag offered by the Census Bureau. Census Bureau reminding us that the census is not over, at least the survey. A lot of work to do. There are obviously significant delays due to COVID-19. Currently, the state average for state response rate is 65.1%. Carbon County is at 56.9. So you have a 8 to 9 percentage point below the statewide average. So that I would ask, if you haven't responded to the census, please go to 2020census.gov. I'll put that in line, 2020 census, 2020, hold on, let me get that in there, 2020 census.gov, and please fill out your census. Okay, so hi Jen, how can nonprofits find information about applying to the county block grant?